This year is your lease, next year is gonna be somebody else's.
That's right.
Next year.
Troy Landry is more than just a hunter. He is a living legend, known far and wide as the King of the Swamp.
It's on top of nests, like they were all piled up in a certain little...
From his earliest days, the swamp flowed through his veins. He learned the dangerous craft of alligator hunting from his father, long before television cameras ever came to Louisiana. But with fame came whispers, rumors that painted a darker picture of the man behind the smile. Some of these stories are so strange, so shocking, that many find them hard to believe. And now at 53, Troy Landry has reached a breaking point. He is ready to confront the truth, to separate fact from fiction, and to finally speak on the stories that have followed him for years. What he reveals could change everything we thought we knew about him. So grab a seat, because this is one story from the swamp you won't want to miss. Who is Troy Landry?
Helicopter, we need an airboat to pick him up. We ain't leaving nothing behind.
Troy Landry is a man whose name will forever echo through the Louisiana bayou. Born in the quiet little town of Pierre Part, he grew up in a world where families had lived off the swamp waters for generations. Life there was never simple. Summers brought heavy heat and sticky air. The swamps crawled with dangerous creatures, and the weather could shift without warning. But for Troy, this wild and unpredictable swamp wasn't a challenge. It was home. Audiences first met Troy on the Discovery Channel series Swamp People, which launched in the year 2010. The show followed Cajun families during the intense alligator hunting season. For 30 short days each year, hunters were given a limited number of special tags. Once those tags were gone, the season ended. That brief window often decided whether a family would thrive or struggle financially. Cameras captured Troy and his crew as they set bait lines, wrestled with massive gators bigger than a full-grown man, and risked life and limb to secure their yearly living. From the very first season, Troy caught everyone's attention. Viewers instantly recognized him by his striped polo shirts, his thick Cajun drawl, and his steady balance of patience and explosive energy. His most famous phrase, "Shoot 'em," shouted when a gator went thrashing near the boat, became a cultural catchphrase far beyond Louisiana. Yet fans quickly realized that Troy was more than a hunter. He was a leader, a mentor, and a man determined to protect the traditions of his people. At the heart of Troy's life has always been his family. His wife, Bernita, has been his partner for decades. While she works as a teacher, she also manages the household when Troy spends long days on the water. Together, they raised 3 sons, Jacob, Chase, and Brandon. Jacob often appeared as his father's right-hand man in the swamp, while Chase, the youngest, became beloved by fans for his lively spirit and humor. Brandon, Bernita's son from a previous relationship, was embraced by Troy as his own, and their bond showed the strength of family ties. Through these moments, fans saw that Troy wasn't just hunting gators. He was passing down survival skills and values to the next generation. The Landry family's livelihood goes beyond alligators. They also catch crawfish and shrimp, selling them across Louisiana when hunting season ends. This hard-working lifestyle reflects their deep Cajun roots, which Troy proudly shared with the world. Before Swamp People, many viewers had never seen such traditions up close. Through Troy's story, they discovered both the struggles and the pride of a family living side by side with the swamp. What made Troy shine on screen wasn't only the action, but also his character. He carried himself with honesty, humor, and a warm kindness. His Cajun French accent turned every story into something memorable. For many, he represented a time when family bonds, respect for nature, and hard work were at the center of life. Audiences, both kids and adults, cheered him on and soon began calling him King of the Swamp, a title he lived up to with ease. As his fame grew, Troy became more than a TV personality. He turned into a cultural figure. He met fans, signed autographs, and appeared at events. His face even ended up on t-shirts. Yet, despite the fame, Troy remained grounded. He still lived in the same small town, still went fishing, and never put anything above his family. The series itself became one of Discovery Channel's biggest successes. Viewers met many swamp families, each with their own stories. But Troy remained the heart of the show. His episodes often drew the highest ratings, and his words and catchphrases slipped into pop culture. Watching him and Jacob take down giant gators, or hearing him encourage Chase, reminded people of their own fathers and grandfathers. For fans, it was never just about hunting. It was about holding on to a disappearing way of life built on strength, tradition, and love for the land. Behind the spotlight, Troy's family life also captured attention. Fans learned more about Bernita, the steady presence supporting him quietly at home. Jacob, growing older, stepped into more responsibility on the boat. Chase entertained fans with his humor, but also proved his toughness when it counted. Brandon's journey added another layer of resilience and family unity. Together, they gave the world a glimpse into the spirit of a true Cajun household, one that faced challenges and victories with the same determination. For years, Troy was the soul of Swamp People. Without him, it is hard to imagine the series ever reaching the same success. Yet whispers began to surface off-camera. Fans speculated about struggles, unseen battles, and quiet changes that could affect the future. The man who taught millions about courage, heritage, and survival also carried mysteries of his own, secrets rarely spoken of. Just like the swamp he calls home, calm waters can hide depths no one expects. As the story unfolds, we ask, were the warning signs there all along, or were they simply rumors born from curiosity? Stay tuned, because what lies ahead may reveal a side of Troy Landry the world never expected to see. The whispers around Troy Landry. Troy Landry,
His friend Cody to come with the helicopter. And we're gonna hunt him with the airboats in.
the man the world came to know as the King of the Swamp, built his image on strength, tradition, and family values. His very name became inseparable from the dangerous art of alligator hunting and a way of life few outsiders had ever witnessed. For many seasons, fans felt like they knew him personally. He opened his heart about family, his hard work, and his devotion to the swamp. But behind the picture of a fearless gator hunter, quiet whispers began to circle. Rumors traveled across online forums, fan pages, and even among locals in Louisiana. Some stories were small and harmless, while others carried a weight that could threaten how people viewed him. One of the earliest rumors suggested Troy faced financial trouble. Many assumed that appearing on television had made him wealthy overnight. Yet when people noticed him still living in the same region he always had, speculation grew. Some began saying he wasn't as financially secure as he seemed. Though nothing was ever proven, the idea spread quickly. It painted a picture of a man working tirelessly for the cameras while quietly fighting a different kind of battle. Then came the talk about his health. Viewers noticed when Troy appeared slower or less active during certain seasons, and the internet exploded with theories. Some claimed he suffered from serious medical conditions. Others insisted injuries had forced him to scale back. Each guess fueled the next, and soon many believed something was wrong. The rumors became even louder when Troy appeared less frequently at public events, feeding the belief that he was hiding. In truth, he simply lived a private life when the cameras weren't around. But rumors rarely let the truth stand in the way of a better story. His family, too, became part of the speculation. Because the Landrys were open about their teamwork, sons joining their father on the swamp, and Bernita often being mentioned, curiosity easily turned into gossip. Some claimed one of Troy's sons disliked being on camera. Others whispered that his marriage with Bernita was under strain from the fame and pressure of the show. The show itself also fell under fire, dragging Troy's name into the storm. Online chatter claimed Swamp People was staged. Some said the gators were already caught before filming. Others argued the danger was exaggerated, or that dramatic scenes were reshot just to thrill viewers. A few even claimed rivalries between hunters were scripted. Troy, being the face of the show, became the center of blame. To many loyal fans, this was the most painful rumor of all, suggesting their hero might be part of misleading the audience. Other whispers painted a very different picture, one of sudden wealth. Some fans said Troy had invested heavily in oil and real estate, or that he secretly owned large stretches of land never shown on screen. These rumors suggested he had grown distant from his swamp roots. For those who had always seen him as a humble Cajun family man, such claims created doubt. But the truth about Troy's finances remained hidden, leaving room for endless speculation. Because Troy rarely spoke publicly about his health, money, or private life, even the smallest guess turned into a larger rumor. Some claimed he wanted to leave the show earlier than he did. Others believed he dreamed of leaving Louisiana altogether. A few stories even claimed he had ongoing disputes with producers. None were proven, but each new season brought more whispers as fans tried to predict what might happen next. In reality, these rumors revealed more about the culture of fame than about Troy himself. When someone lives in the spotlight, every change in behavior becomes a seed for gossip. Fans cared so deeply about Troy that his silence created a hunger for answers, even when those answers were only invented stories. The effect was powerful. For loyal viewers, doubt crept in. Could the Landry family really be as united as they appeared on screen? Was Troy quietly battling health issues? Had success changed him more than he admitted? These questions blurred the line between the king of the swamp seen on television and the private man living in Louisiana with his family. It's important to remember that rumors move quickly in the world of reality TV, and they often cause damage. For Troy Landry, the swamp brought him fame, but it also brought shadows he never asked for. Some stories faded away with time, while others stuck like mud, resurfacing with each season. Every time one rumor died down, another seemed to take its place. The bigger question still lingers. Were these whispers only the imagination of curious fans, or was there more beneath the surface? Something only Troy himself could confirm. The answer lay in his own response. Up next, we'll explore how the king of the swamp finally faced these rumors and what he had to say. What is true and what is not.
That got away from us make their way back to his property.
When someone becomes a public figure, stories, both real and imagined, start to grow around them. Troy Landry, better known as the King of the Swamp from Swamp People, has faced his share of such stories. Some whispers touched his career, others his health, finances, or family. In this part, we look closer at those claims, separating truth from exaggeration, and seeing how Troy himself responded when the truth could not be ignored. One of the most serious rumors claimed Troy was involved in wide-scale illegal hunting. Fans repeated that he broke countless laws, hunted without proper rights, or even stole from areas where he wasn't allowed to trap. But when examined closely, that rumor does not hold. Public records in Louisiana reveal only one confirmed investigation, and it was not about some grand poaching ring. Instead, it involved tag violations on Lake Palourde. After receiving a tip, the Louisiana Department of Wildlife and Fisheries launched a sting operation around 2018 to 2023. Troy was cited on 2 counts. First, for failing to properly tag an alligator. Second, for cutting loose a dead gator, known as a stiff, and letting it drift away. Officials even seized his boat and engine. Serious, yes, but far from the dark web of illegal hunting some claimed online. Troy admitted he had received 2 tags from someone else, and they did not match the location of his hunt. He also admitted, after seeing surveillance footage, that he had cut loose the dead animal. That admission was very different from the dramatic rumors of theft and organized crime that fans had repeated. Another tale painted Troy as ruined financially. People said the wildlife case would bankrupt him, that he faced crushing fines big enough to end his career. But again, the facts didn't line up. Reports confirmed that each violation carried a penalty of up to $950, with the possibility of 120 days in jail per count. Those fines were not light, but they were nowhere near the financial collapse that rumor mills suggested. The loss of his boat and commode and engine was a setback, but not the career-ending blow that many imagined. Other rumors were even more shocking and false. Social media posts sometimes claimed Troy had died or was gravely ill. These death hoaxes are common for celebrities, and Troy was not spared. Yet they had no truth. Troy continued to appear in public, post updates, and share family news, especially about his grandson. There is no record of him battling any fatal illness. Those stories were simply inventions, created for attention. The Landry family also found themselves caught in gossip. Fans speculated about trouble in Troy's marriage or rifts between him and his children. No reliable evidence supported those stories. In fact, what Troy openly shared told the opposite. His grandson, Crew, was born with a rare liver disease called biliary atresia. The boy went through a Kasai procedure, which unfortunately failed, leading to the need for a transplant. The Landrys worked with the Children's Organ Transplant Association to raise money and awareness. Troy himself used his platform to encourage organ donation, showing his love for his grandson. He gave updates, posted photos, and showed gratitude after the transplant took place. These moments revealed a family pulling closer together, not falling apart. The reality contradicted every rumor that tried to suggest otherwise. Still, some stories were rooted in truth. The alligator tag citation was real. His boat was seized. His grandson's illness was real and publicly acknowledged. These real-life struggles reminded fans that behind the TV star was a man with challenges far heavier than wrestling gators on screen. Troy's responses showed two very different sides. On the legal matter, he mostly stayed silent. Reporters quoted him as saying he had nothing to say and compared the case to getting a speeding ticket, something that could happen to anyone. His silence kept speculation alive, but it also kept the legal process from spiraling further in public. On the family matter, Troy reacted the opposite way. He opened up. He showed his pain and his hope as his grandson fought for life. He didn't let rumors twist the story. He told it himself. That honesty gave fans a deeper look at the man beyond television. Together, these moments show how small sparks can grow into raging fires in the rumor world. A mistake with hunting tags became a story of large-scale crime. Modest fines turned into talk of financial ruin. A quiet season at home became rumors of sickness or even death. The truth was far simpler. Troy had legal troubles, his family faced medical battles, and fame made life complicated. What remains unanswered is the final outcome of his case with wildlife officials. The last updates noted a court date, but no final resolution was ever made public. This uncertainty left space for more speculation. The bigger lesson is clear. Rumors grow faster than fact, especially in reality television. For Troy, some damaged his image, some scared his fans, and a few turned out to be real. But one thing stood above all. The love he showed for his family, especially his grandson, revealed a man whose heart remained stronger than any rumor. Troy Landry, today. Troy Landry has always lived with the swamp at his doorstep. Hunting alligators, weathering storms, and raising a family have shaped the man he is today. Years on Swamp People brought him fame. Yet through the seasons, Troy has found ways to stay positive, even while navigating personal challenges. Health has been one of his biggest battles. In 2022, he underwent prostate surgery after being diagnosed with cancer. His son, Jacob, later shared updates, saying Troy was recovering steadily. Interviews revealed that the surgery went well. Lab results looked good, and Troy grew stronger each day. Fans celebrated the news. Soon after, he returned to the swamp and filming, showing that courage and determination could face even serious illness. Swamp People continues to run strong. The newest seasons once again feature Troy working alongside his sons, Jacob and Chase, in the Louisiana swamps. Cameras capture their hunts, the unpredictable weather, and life on the water. The 15th season brought thrilling moments, and Troy's voice, known for catchphrases like "Shoot 'em," still resonates across the episodes. Many fans say seeing him on screen feels like returning home. Family remains the heart of Troy's happiest stories. He now spends more time with his grandchildren, sharing fishing trips, or simply laughing as Grandpa. One of the toughest moments the Landrys faced was young Crew's health crisis. His grandson has been battling biliary atresia, a rare liver condition that reached end-stage disease. The transplant list has been active for months. Despite the struggle, Troy posts updates about crew's progress and the support they receive, using his platform to raise awareness for organ donation, always with a message of love and hope. Work continues to be part of Troy's daily life. He remains in the swamp, hunting gators, trudging through mud, water, and trees. One recent post showed a massive 14-foot alligator, highlighting both the danger and thrill of his job. Even after receiving a bite on his arm from a gator, he treated the wound, rested, and returned to work. His resilience shines through every action, whether on the hunt or at a family dinner. Jacob, always thinking of his father, has modified the boat with a winch to lift heavy alligators, reducing the strain on Troy's body. Before, he pulled and lifted gators manually, a task exhausting for anyone, especially as Troy grows older. The winch ensures he can continue working safely, showing the care and teamwork that define the Landry family. Faith and community remain central to Troy. He often expresses gratitude for prayers and support from fans, neighbors in Pierre Part, and people across Louisiana. Many extended kindness during crew's health challenges and Troy's own cancer recovery. Hunting seasons continue to bring new stories. Season 16 of Swamp People features Troy, with the same energy as before. Fans watch him guide his sons, manage his crew, and navigate waterways that feel like old friends. This continuity reassures viewers that despite age, health battles, and personal hardships, Troy Landry continues the life he loves. Troy also finds joy in simple pleasures. At home, he shares recipes, spends time with Bernita, and works off-season catching crawfish when weather permits. His social media posts show him laughing with grandchildren, enjoying family moments, and connecting with fans. These glimpses reveal a life centered on resilience, gratitude, and positivity, despite challenges. Today, Troy Landry's story inspires. He has faced trials only a few could imagine, battling cancer and witnessing his grandson fight for life. Each challenge has left marks, but also strengthened him, deepened his gratitude, and reinforced his bonds with loved ones. When fans see him back on Swamp People hunting alligators, it symbolizes endurance. It shows that age, illness, and hardship cannot silence a man raised by the swamp, shaped by its dangers, and lifted by its blessings. His sons continue learning from him, and his grandchildren carry his laughter forward. The Landry home in Pierre Part is modest, but it is full of love and life. Beyond cameras and fame, Troy works, fishes, and finds joy in simple moments. The swamp remains not just his workplace, but his life and purpose. Fans often wonder how many more seasons he will tackle, and what challenges or triumphs await. For now, Troy Landry stands as living proof that even legends age and even fighters tire. Yet the spirit of the swamp keeps a man moving when everything else says stop. His journey continues. Chapters remain unwritten, and tests still lie ahead. One thing is clear: Troy Landry is still here, still standing, and his story is far from finished. So, what do you think about Troy Landry's choice to keep his legal matters private? Was he right to protect his own peace? Or do you believe the public had the right to know more? We'd love to hear your thoughts. Share them with us in the comments below. And if you enjoyed diving into this story, don't forget to like the video, hit that subscribe button, and turn on notifications so you never miss an update. Before you leave, make sure to check out the other videos now showing on your screen. We've got plenty more stories just like this one waiting for you. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.